Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Marlington High School, home of the Dukes. We are currently still in the JV game with Youngstown Boardman up 38-20. We will have footage of both teams coming out of the locker room for the varsity game. That game should start in around 20 minutes. Stay tuned until the teams are ready. It should be a good battle between two teams wanting to get their first win of 2024. Marlington and Youngstown Boardman, two 0-1 foes looking to win for the first time this season. This is Marlington Dukes Girls Basketball live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point!
Back into left field, say goodnight to that baseball!
And there's another one, it's back to back Jacks for KSU Tuscarawas! Needs a point, and it's alive! Hanson pushes it over! Unbelievable! We play on, it's blocked! We're tied! We're tied! Unbelievable! Once again, good evening from Marlington High School as the 0-1 Marlington Dukes welcome in the 0-1 Youngstown Boardman Spartans. As we turn the camera around to me, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening as we have our first broadcast of Marlington Dukes girls basketball this season on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. As I said in the intro, both sides enter play today with an 0-1 record. Marlington losing by 11 to Uniontown Lake. As for the Spartans, a 10-point loss to Talmadge. Two very good teams taken down by two very good teams. Tonight, it is about bouncing back. Last year, this affair in Youngstown was dominated by the Spartans as they won by a good chunk. Reviewing my notes to look at the final score of that game, 54-22, Boardman took down a very tough Marlington team who at the time was led by Chelsea Evanich, who has now graduated and has gone off to Mount Union and has become a star so far. She reunited with one of her old teammates from Marlington and Elizabeth Mason, who won OAC Freshman of the Year in 2023-24. We'll toss things back down to the court as we get things ready once again. We'll look at our starting lineups as well as we will display those on the screen momentarily. 1 second, got to find the lineup. There they are. As you can see, the starting lineups: Bailey Peets, Zoe Mort, Allie Gale, Bailey Young, and Ella Wittensolder. For Marlington and for Boardman, Ava Freeborough, Michaela Rivera, Sarah Barrow, Jocelyn Torres, and Tori Strines on the court to start the game for Boardman. We will toss it down to our PA announcer to get us underway in Marlington's home opener of 24-25.
Contest between Boardman High School and your Marlington Dukes. To our America, if you could please stand and join us in the playing of our national anthem. Today's game is sponsored by the OHSAA. Your attendance and support of the student athletes and coaches is appreciated by both schools. Though both teams are rivals, they are expected to display good sportsmanship throughout the contest, and we request the same from all fans. Everyone in attendance is reminded to respect the game. The officials assigned to this game have met the requirements set by the OHSAA and have been assigned based on the process approved by the Board of Directors. The officials for today's game are Tommy Monich, David Davis, and Jason Keene. Now let's meet the players and coaches for tonight's game, starting with your visiting team from Boardman. Boardman is coached by head coach Andy Pavlaski, assisted by Lauren Pavlaski, Erica DiFrancesco, Lauren Gabrielle, and Maddie Alba. And now your players, your starters for tonight's game. Starter number 3, Ava Freeberg. Number 30, Michaela Rivera. Number 35, Sarah Barrow. Number 44, Jocelyn Torres. And number 50, Corey Stride. And now let's meet your Marlington Dukes. The Dukes are coached by head coach Nicholas Strumble, assisted by Cora Knox, Tyler Schuler, and Leah Springer. And now your starters for tonight. Number 1, freshman Bailey Peach. Sophomore number 15, Bailey Young. Junior number 22, Ella Wickenshorter. And senior number 5, Allie Gill. And senior number 2, Zoe Moore. Good luck to both teams tonight.
You only get one first impression at home, and that first impression needs to be good if you are the head coach of the Marlington Dukes, Nick Strompel. This will be his first game under center, if you will, for the Marlington Dukes from the bench. He will need to coach up his team well against a foe that they have struggled against for years. Looking at the way that Marlington plays going back to last year, their offense, it ran through Chelsea Evanich, and everyone knew it. Whenever she got the ball in the post, it was game over. She was able to body her way to the basket. Going back a year, you add Elizabeth Mason into that mix. Elizabeth Mason, one of the best players to ever come out of the Marlington pipeline. Both are now at Mount Union. They cannot bail this team out. Whichever team can win as a team will win this game. It is going to come down to that. The minute details will win or lose the game. Marlington in the white, Boardman in the maroon. The whistle blows, and for the first time since February, we have some basketball at Marlington, and a foul immediately 4 seconds in, committed by the Marlington Dukes. A quick start to the season at home for Marlington. Once again, 0-1 entering play today after losing 44-33 to Uniontown Lake. The first free throw from Torres, nothing but net. Boardman strikes first. Going back to the last home game for Marlington, that was the playoff victory over Holy Name, and a big reason why they had success in that game, their free throw shooting. It was perfect, crisp, and pristine, and that really helped them as they went on to then down Girard before losing by 20 to a very tough St. Vincent St. Mary. Marlington, their first offensive possession at home this season. It'll be Bailey Young looking for some help, getting it inside, more to the corner. Peets plays it back into the paint and taken by Boardman. Freeborough will take it up the court for the Spartans. Rivera in the key, plays it out, Strines. Freeborough gets it again. Marlington currently in a 2-3 zone. 7:15 left to go in the opening frame. Taken in by Rivera. Rivera looking for help, played out. The triple. Off kilter, no good from Strines. Taken in on the ground by Bailey Young. And the Dukes will take it up the court. Mort plays it to Wittensolder in the post. And Wittensolder puts the Dukes on the board. Great pass up the court by Zoe Mort. Her court vision ties it up. The mid-range J, no good. Rebounded by Mort. And Mort will have to go back, falling to the ground, losing possession, and a foul is called. It looks like it will go against the Boardman Spartans for a push. Almost a costly turnover in the backcourt, but Marlington, after getting the stop, will take back possession. Both teams scoring so far, but 2-all is the score. Marlington looking for their first lead. Instead, they will go to the charity stripe. Allie Gill earns the foul. Allie and Maddie Gill, two key pieces of the Marlington Dukes girls soccer team, as they were the two big leaders on the pitch for most of the games. First shot from Gill is good. Marlington leads for the first time. And going back to the playoffs, besides Evanich, it was Allie Gill who stepped up and cleaned up the offense when Evanich was unable to. Second shot, no good. Gill splits, 3-2 Marlington, a minute and a half in. At the top of the arc, Torres plays it inside. Good opportunity, barreling in, unable to connect, rebounded by Mort. Mort will take it up the court for the Dukes, who lead by 1. Allie Gill driving, the floater, bounces out, no good. Board taken in by Barrow, and a foul called against the Marlington Dukes, their second. Both sides trigger happy with the fouls early, as less than 2 minutes in, both sides have 2 fouls. Boardman, no points from the field yet today. Both of their points coming from the charity stripe. They look to change that here. Torres, top of the arc, Sarah Barrow, and a miscue. Prisby unable to get on the end of the pass. Marlington's defense continues to make stops, and Mort will take it up the court. 3-2, Marlington leads. Mort, the end around, Bailey Young. Peets to the corner. Peets gets it back from Gill, the triple. It's in! First career home 3 made by Bailey Peets. That is one way to introduce yourself to the Marlington faithful, as the Dukes lead it by 4. Rivera plays it inside just beyond the paint. Top of the arc. Rivera in the corner, the 3 to respond. Too much power and out of play. Marlington will take it back, as Strines was the last to touch it. A tremendous start from Marlington. 6 points in a row for them after the opening 2 from the line. Mort hands it off behind. Young. Peets picks out Allie Gill. Gill pumping. Peets driving at the key, taken in. Prisby makes up for the incomplete pass to her and picks it off. Rivera pumped by Prisby to the top of the arc. Good ball movement. Strines can't complete the play. Rebounded by Prisby. A second chance for the Spartans to get on the board once again. The drive, foul called, basket no good. And the Boardman Spartans will return to the charity stripe for the second time today. Their first trip very successful, with Jocelyn Torres going 2 for 2. This time it will be Michaela Rivera, the sophomore, who averaged just under 3 points per game last season. Her first, swished. Boardman remains perfect from the line. Substitutions for both sides. Zoe Mort subbing out for the Marlington Dukes, as Addison Wittensoldner subs in. So we have both Wittensoldners on the far side. 6-3, Marlington leads. Now 6-4. The Spartans remain perfect from the charity stripe. And that can easily win them this game. If it becomes a free throw battle at the end because of fouls, That could be the decisive factor. Prisby falling on the loose ball, wins it back, excellent hustle, and over and back is the call. Marlington takes it back. Boardman not happy, and they have cause. If I'm not mistaken, the rule is if you slide with the ball, getting possession, it is not an over and back. If that is the case, that call not correct. Gill, top of the arc, the low bounce pass. Addison Wittensolder called for the travel. Boardman gets the call right back, and they will retake possession. So either way, it doesn't matter what the call was supposed to be. The Dukes, 3 fouls, Boardman 2. The Spartans still looking to score for the first time today from the field. High pass inside, picked off by Young. Played up, Allie Gill. Prisby greets her from behind to the corner. Young under the basket, plays it. Wittensolder puts it up and in. Ella Wittensolder, 4 points so far as she is taking over from where Chelsea Evanich left off. Rivera, top arc, halfway through the opening 8. Good pressure, but a foul called. Bailey Young, the culprit. Marlington up by 4. Boardman, their spacing has been good. Shot selection, it has been good. They just need a shot to fall. Rosalind McCarty, one of the star volleyball players, subs in for the Dukes. Torres inside the arc. Good ball movement, but a nice block. Wittensolder keeps her feet in play, and that will give Marlington possession. Coach Tromple on the sideline, very pleased with how this game has started for his Lady Dukes. Allie Gill looking for help, hands it off. Rosalind McCarty in the key. Gill. Boardman running a man defense. Perfect ball movement. The corner 3, no good from Peets. And out of play. Marlington unable to keep control. The Dukes take it back. That was Terleski, the sophomore, diving to attempt to keep the ball in play. Peets right in front of Boardman's bench. Wittensolder. Allie Gill. 3:10 remaining in the opening frame. Gill drives, plays it behind. Peets the mid-range, bounces up and in. 5 points out of the 10 belong to Bailey Peets. 4 also belonging to Wittensolder. Those two dominating, but Boardman gets the response immediately, and that will put them within 4, and that will be their first 2 points from the field. Now they've seen it, they need to keep it going. Played out, Gill, the triple, bounces out, no good, taken in by Rivera. Rivera pushing up the court with 2.5 to go against McCarty, unable to get it to go, and snagged by Addison Wittensolder. Marlington remaining strong on defense. Gill looking for help, hands it off behind. McCarty to the corner, Peets keeps it in play, and picked up by Prisby, but bounces back to McCarty. The Dukes get another chance. Gill posting back in front of Boardman's bench. Gill, nice pass into the post. Wittensolder can't get a shot off. A foul given, and they say she was in the motion, so she will go to the charity stripe. Wittensolder dominating at the post, boxing her way in, forcing up good shots and making opportunities happen. Very reminiscent of Chelsea Evanich. Wittensolder's first, misses. Substitution for the Dukes. Bailey Young back in for Bailey Peets as she will sub out for the first time. As for Boardman, Rivera checks out. The second. Rolls around, no good. Rebound taken in by Terleski. Terleski plays it forward to Rivera, or excuse me, Strines. Torres looking for help, picks out Terleski. $1:45 to go in the opening frame. Terleski to the corner, the 3 from Strines. Off kilter, bounces around, hits off a shoe on the deck, and Boardman will take possession. No one could take the loose ball, and Boardman will have another chance to set up their offense. Young guarding the inbounding Torres. Tips around, bounces forward, and it's still with the Spartans. Lady Luck shines as Torres banks it in. Torres, 4 of the 8 points for the Spartans as they are back within 2. A close first frame in Alliance, Ohio. Great defense by the Spartans. The pressure too much. A foul is given. That's the 5th against the Marlington Dukes. No, they're going to call it a jump ball in the end, and it doesn't matter. Boardman will keep possession regardless. Marlington will take possession. It looked like a heavy attempt on the ball. Either way, the refs letting it play, and I feel like that is the right decision. We don't see a lot of jump balls in those scenarios. A lot of officials letting it play. Tonight, it goes as a jump ball. McCarty putting it up, no good. Taken in by Barrow. Strines pushing the floor. 60 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Torres played in. Prisby to the glass. Rolls around, no good. Rebound inside the paint. And Boardman unhappy with a no call. An elbow thrown, it appeared. Marlington will lose it. Snatched back by Strines. And Strines being grabbed. They called a jump ball. Boardman this time will take possession. Once again, they felt it should have been a foul, and with due cause. And they do change it to a foul call. Definitely the right call, as Gill, for the first time today, will be put down for a foul. 44 seconds left to go in the opening 8 minutes. Marlington hanging on to their 2-point lead. Boardman, they have been good from the line today. They look to continue it here. Tori Strines can't get it to go. It rolls around. Making this shot would put the Youngstown Boardman Spartans back within 1. It's a big shot. Boardman giving some instructions, and as well, it looks like Torres tying her shoe. Marlington ready to box out for a potential rebound. The second bounces in. Boardman back within 1, as that will go down as, I believe, the first point of the game for Strines. 10-9 Marlington, as they have a chance to potentially take the last shot. I doubt that is their mindset. Witten-Soldner played back. Gill, 30 seconds remaining. Gill drives, puts it up, rolls around, no good. Rebound Torres. Boardman, a chance for their first lead since early on, but instead it's taken in by Marlington. They wanted a timeout called, not taken. Boardman fighting jump ball, and possession will go to Youngstown Boardman. Now Marlington wants a foul called for an aggressive put down and jump ball, and it looks like Boardman in the end called their timeout. The crowd preaching to the choir, not happy, but a tremendous timeout called. If you're fighting on the deck for the ball, you want your team to call timeout. That is what Marlington wanted to happen, but Coach Tromple didn't burn one of his timeouts. That would have been the time to do so. They have all 5 timeouts. That keeps possession, and Boardman, with them having possession and with them heating up, if they make this basket, they will have momentum heading into the second quarter, and that is not at all where Marlington wants to be given their hot start. Tremendous timeout by Boardman, and that is something that Coach Stromple will grow into as he learns his team. This is game number 2 of the regular season. You don't expect him to make every single call correct. Same with the officials. They're getting back into the swing of OHSAA basketball. 10-9, Boardman. A basket puts them back in the lead, and they will reset with a few seconds drilled off as it is tipped out of play. Credit to the Dukes. They are playing scrappy as expected. Beautiful inbound pass and in. Marlington down for the first time since the opening few moments. Few seconds remain. Gill puts it up. Off iron, rebound Boardman, and the Spartans will lead heading into quarter number 2. An excellent finish by the visitors as number 35, Sarah Barrow, scores her 4th point of the game, putting Boardman up by 1. 1 complete in Alliance. Boardman leads 11-10. 11-10, Boardman leads through one. This is high school girls basketball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel, presented by Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. Boardman at the death, taking the lead for the first time in a long while. They lead by one, entering the new frame, and their first offensive possession falls on deaf ears. Marlington's stout defense returns around the world and in. Bailey Young going coast to coast, puts Marlington back up by one. That's her first bucket of the ball game. Boardman, the response, not there. Ball bouncing around, taken in, and it will reside with the Dukes. Good stop and good response. Can they get more? Peets, the triple, rolls around, no good. Rebound, Boardman, and it'll be taken in by Torres. Torres pushing the floor to the corner. Prisby played inside. Barrow posting up over Witten-Soldner. Can't get a good shot. Played out Prisby, top of the arc, the triple from Torres, off iron and out of play. Marlington, yet another defensive stop. A second chance opportunity for the Spartans, falling on deaf ears. A great response by Marlington, but they need to make sure they don't give too many second chance opportunities and especially second chance points away. Witten-Soldner, top of the arc for the Marlington Dukes. Freed, Mort able to win it back to the corner. Peets, Mort tips out of play, and Rivera will keep possession with the Dukes. Good tip, though, as that will force Marlington back to the drawing board. Credit to Boardman. Their defense has been extremely scrappy today, and that is what you expect from these Boardman Spartans. They are known for their scrappiness. They can hang with about anybody in the OHSAA. Bailey Young, Gill, just on the line of the arc, playing it inside. More in the corner, and Marlington's offense will reset at the top of the arc. Bailey Young, Bailey Peets pushed out of play, and a foul given. The first foul of the second quarter goes against Boardman. And it will go against number 10, Mia Dubel. Mort to inbound for Marlington, and she will lollipop it outside the arc. Gill looking for some help, being matched up against Prisby. Pump taken, Young launches, in and out, no good. Rebound, Boardman. Barrow. Rivera played to Strines. Strines unable to connect. Rebound, Peets. Mort, the point guard, will take it up the court for the Dukes. Plays it right, bounces it out. Young on the line, intercepted by Barrow. Barrow loses it, and Gill will return with the ball for the Dukes. High pass, Mort unable to get on the end of it, and the tip goes against Prisby, the sophomore. 2 points scored this quarter thus far. Both points going in favor of Marlington. The difference so far, Young, top of the arc, Peets. Peets has 5 so far today. Mort matched up against Rivera. Allie Gill. Gill posting in, puts it up, and it's an and one! Allie Gill in the fire, swishes it. And that will put Allie Gill at 3 points on the evening. And a tremendous 2 points at that. Strines will sub out for Boardman. A point here gives the Dukes a 2-possession lead, and they bank it in. 4 points for Allie Gill, and that is the difference. 15-11, Marlington leads. Now a trapping, tight defense. Prisby inside, getting past Witten-Soldner, sneaking it through to Barrow, and Barrow banks it in. Not an easy offensive possession. Getting around Witten-Soldner is not an easy task, and Boardman did it so well. And now Marlington, stepping out of play, gives possession back to Boardman. The 4-point lead for Marlington was the wake-up call Boardman needed. 15-13, the Dukes lead. Allie Gill will sub out of the game as Roslyn McCarty re-enters. Boardman losing 3 key seniors after last year, all 3 of them doing tremendous things in college. We'll touch on them in a minute, but all 3 were key pieces of last year's team, and a travel goes against Torres. Marlington takes back possession. Mackenzie Riccatelli, the freshman at Worcester, 17 points per game, 9.5 rebounds, and 2.8 assists in 4 games so far for the Scots. What a tremendous start to life in college for her. Turnover from Marlington, and it bounces out of play. Boardman takes it back. Samantha Dubel, her younger sister, playing for Boardman tonight. She is a freshman at Westminster. She has played in 2 games, earning 11 minutes thus far. Given the rough start for the Titans, I would not be surprised to see Dubel play a lot more down the stretch. And then Mary Catherine Worth, 48 kills through 75 sets, just under 60 points this season for Worcester as a volleyball player. So all 3 seniors from last year's basketball team doing great things at the next level. Marlington will take back possession with 4:33 left to go in the first half. Mort, the Ashland golf commit, takes it up the court. Mort going right, the hook, bounces, no good, tipped out of play by Boardman, and actually they're going to say it went off of Marlington. The redirect looked clear, but in the end, Boardman has another chance to tie or take the lead. Freeborough. The pump from Rivera. Rivera, top of the arc, bounced in. The high shot bounces out, no good. Rebound to Marlington as Young takes it in. Mort going up the center of the court. 4 minutes remain in the first half. Peets working against Rivera, puts up the shot, it's blocked out of play, and the tip will keep possession with the Dukes. Great defensive play by Boardman, and once again, that forces Marlington to reassess the situation, maybe making them second guess a couple shots. Wittensoler inside, but it's picked off by Torres. 2-on-1 fast break, bounce pass off the glass and in. It's an and one for the Spartans. Michaela Rivera ties it at 15. It could not have been drawn up any better by the Boardman Spartans. Rivera, 4 points on the day. A bucket here gives the Spartans back the lead for the first time since the dying moments of the first quarter. The sophomore Rivera looking for her 5th point of the evening. Finds it. Nothing but net. Boardman continues to dominate from the charity stripe as they lead it 16-15. Mort up the center, 3:45 remaining in the opening 16. The pump from Gill on the arrow and in. Tremendous move to the basket by Allie Gill. Restores the 1-point advantage. Rebound Wittensoler. It's a fight on the ground for possession, and a jump ball is called, keeping possession with the Boardman Spartans. 5 points this quarter from Allie Gill, 6 points overall. She is responsible for all but 2 points this frame. The 3 for the lead, no good. Rebound to Barrow. Barrow post up, misses. The second chance is in. Boardman leads. Barrow having a tremendous evening, now has 8. Zoe Mort looking for help. Allie Gill, top of the arc. Gill driving in, loses it. It's a steal for the Spartans. Breakaway transition. Freeborough misses, too rich. The putback not there. Freeborough takes it back inside the arc. The pump at the key, and a travel is called. Marlington will take back the basketball. A tremendous opportunity for Boardman, and they're unable to connect. I've said it many times throughout the broadcast thus far. It will be the little things at the end of the ball game that make all the difference. 18-17, Boardman in the lead over Marlington. Mort, Wittensoler in the key, bounces it in, no one home, out of play. Boardman takes it back. Early season jitters. This is where you get it out of your system. A rare error from Marlington's offense gives Boardman a prime opportunity to earn a 3-point lead, which would be their biggest of the ball game thus far. Played out, Rivera, the triple, it's in! Boardman, their first 2-possession lead of the game, puts them up by 4. Now, Rivera has 8. Gill, bounce pass, taken in by Boardman. Here come the Spartans in transition. Rivera puts it up, no good. Witten Solder snatches and plays it out. Peets with 5, pushes the court. 2 minutes remaining in the opening half. Peets pushed out of play, and it appears a foul will be called against Boardman. And that will be the first against Torres. And a timeout called by Marlington with 2:02 remaining in the first half. Boardman leads it by 4. If you own a business of any kind and want to be featured on broadcasts in the local area, whether it be Stark County or the greater Cleveland area, contact me at one of those 3 avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal. Once again, thank you to the sponsors from this past weekend that helped me broadcast Holy Name Hockey as they took on Amherst Steel and Padua Franciscan. Our next game will be, well, TBD. It could be as early as Friday as Holy Name takes on Strongsville to begin their boys basketball season, waiting for approval from Cleveland Heights, hoping to get confirmation either way in the coming hours or days. If not, we're back on next Monday as Alliance Girls Basketball welcomes in the Ravenna Ravens for a dual 7 p.m. tip at Alliance High School. Then the boys begin their season against Northwest Canal Fulton on Tuesday, December 3rd, 7 p.m. tip. Wednesday, up in the air. It depends on a few things. Thursday, out of the picture. And next Friday, Friday night basketball as Alliance welcomes in the Salem Quakers. Next Saturday, that is already December 7th. That will be a 1:15 tip as Alliance welcomes in the Minerva Lions. To stay up to date on all the games I am covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist2024 on Twitter, and subscribe to the SmeeSports YouTube channel and enable push notifications to be notified when I upload or go live. I am looking to reach 250 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. We are 3 away, so if you are new and not subscribed, I ask that you do so. It costs nothing, and it helps out the channel a great deal. Gill driving to the basket, puts up the shot, and is fouled. A trip to the charity stripe for Allie Gill, who has been on fire so far today with 6 points. And that is the first foul going against Janessa Prisby. Gill, the senior guard, 2 big shots. The first, swished. Gill now with 7. Boardman up by 3. $1:54 remaining in the first half. Gill second, banks out. Rebound by Boardman. Barrow getting big and snatching it. Freeborough at the M. Matched up against Zoe Mort. Rivera has had a tremendous day with 8 so far. Bounce pass in, Prisby turning to the corner. The triple from Torres. Bounces out, no good. Rebound, Young. And Young will play it back. Mort, the distributor, takes it up the court. Bounce pass, Peace to tie. Off kilter, no good. Rebound, Mort. Mort bounces. Gill looking for help, matched up against Prisby. 1:15 remaining in the first half. The step back fake, Witten Solder can't get on the end of it. Barrow steals it. Sarah Barrow for Boardman, top of the arc. Torres to the corner, great ball move with the jump. It gets the defender to bite, but a travel called. Marlington takes it back. That would have been a huge opportunity for Boardman to lead by 6. No team has led by that much yet. A very tight matchup. I expect the third quarter to tell us a lot about both teams. We have a tight matchup with a minute to go in the first half. Expect it to be that way down the stretch. Young, Peets, Gill has help all outside the arc. Peets driving, to the corner. Mort looking for help and hit out of play by Rivera. That will keep possession with Marlington, but injects some life to the Spartan bench. 21-18, Boardman in the lead. Rivera and Barrow accounting for 16 of the Spartans' 21 points. Gill takes the bounce pass outside the arc. The clock's still not running. Now it's running. Mort puts it up and in. Mort puts Marlington back within one as she scores for the first time today. Freeborough, high pass inside Barrow, first into double figures. Boardman, a great response. 5 field goals today from Sarah Barrow, one of the difference makers from Boardman. Less than 20 seconds remaining in the opening 16. Gill, Pete's taking it in, tiptoes, Mort pumps, inside loses it, Prisby played forward, fallen upon, jump ball, possession Marlington. 7.8 seconds remain in the first half. A great opportunity for Marlington. They want points. A 3 ties it, a 2 puts them within 1, heading to the locker room. Either way, looking at last year's 54-22 scoreline, Marlington has to be pleased about how well this first half has gone. 7.8 seconds on the clock. Bounce pass, Pete's, high pass inside, tipped out of play. 3.6 seconds remain. Another good defensive stop by Boardman. The job is not done yet. The maroon and white want a big lead at half. The biggest they will have is 3. It just depends if it's 3, 2, or a tie. At the death, the prayer, off kilter, and the buzzer sounds. Halftime at Marlington High School. It's Boardman up 23-20. We will step aside and come back in a few minutes to give the halftime report. This is high school girls basketball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel, presented by Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance and the Video Production Career Tech program at Alliance High School. We will step aside and be back on momentarily. as we return to Marlington High School. Boardman up 23-20 in this OHSAA girls basketball clash. Once again, if you are a business owner looking to have your brand featured on live streams, whether it be in the Stark County or Cleveland area, contact me at one of those 3 avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote your business. Once again, thank you to the Healthy as You Chiropractic Center, CrossFit Strongsville, Nico's Bar and Gyros in North Royalton, and Ledgewood Barbershop for being our 4 sponsors this past weekend as SmeeSports brought you Holy Name Ice Hockey as they took on Amherst Steel and Padua Franciscan. Our next game in this area will be next Monday as Ravenna rolls to Harry Fales Gymnasium to duel the Alliance girls basketball team. 7 p.m. tip. Catch all the action live here on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Our next overall broadcast, it could be that game. It could be as soon as Friday as Holy Name and Strongsville travel to the Mustangs GCC Rivals House in Cleveland Heights for the Great Lakes Basketball Classic. That would be a 6:30 tip if we are given permission to stream. I will update it once we know either way. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. If it happens, great. Hopefully it does, but if not, I apologize. Only so much we can do, and we respect the site. It's a great competition, very well respected, and we're doing everything to make sure that we get approved in the best legit way possible as to not overstep. That is the main thing. And as well, speaking of potential things happening all year, wanting to get to 250 subscribers was paramount for me. Check below. 251 at my last count. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for you subscribing to the channel. It greatly helps what I do here, and it makes it worth it. It's obviously tough growing a brand in this day and age. There are so many different live stream companies at this point that you can just list them off. Even in this area, you have so many different broadcast companies. I'm grateful to be at 250 subscribers now. The push is to 300. Little goals, 300, 350, 400, so on and so forth. I could make the next goal 300 by the end of the year. I'll make it the goal. If it happens, great. If not, oh well. I'm happy with my 250, and I am just extremely grateful and really surprised it happened today, but I am not complaining. I'm very happy. A lot of viewers for this game today. I am pleasantly surprised by that, so thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, for your overwhelming support of this broadcast. 1 month from today is Christmas, and Christmas came a little bit early for me today. Boardman begins the half with possession, up by 3. Their leading scorer, Sarah Barrow, with 10, puts it up, no good, and it's a jump ball immediately. Barrow and Rivera have been the dominant forces. Barrow, 10 points, and Rivera with 8. 18 of the 23 coming from them, and a couple other players cleaning up the rest. Gill from the elbow swishes it. Allie Gill now with 9, puts the Dukes back within 1. For the response, Rivera off kilter and iron, no good. Mort the rebound. Marlington gets their stop. Now can they retake the lead? Mort, the point guard with 2 points, takes it up in the paint, tries putting it up, hit out of play by Rivera. Stout defense continues to be really critical for both sides in this game. I don't really call these second chance points. Technically they could be, but the way both teams play defensively, they're bound to give up other opportunities. They hit a ball out of play, the other team keeps possession, happy days. Speaking of possession, taken back by Boardman, a chance to take the 2 back. It's a foul, and that will send Michaela Rivera to the line. Rivera once again with 8, averaged just under 3 points per game last year. She is becoming one of the focal points of the offense, and once senior Sarah Barrow graduates, it will be the Rivera show heading from here. First shot rolls in and out, no good. But going back to last year, 3 players that were tremendous for this varsity team, 2 of which went on to play at the next level basketball, and 1 went to play at the next level volleyball. They're all athletes. They taught this crew how to gel together, and they're doing a great job of it. They're up by 1. Marlington looking to change that in what has been a back and forth affair as Gill launches off iron. Torres the board. Freeborough pushing the center. Rivera Good screen set. The tray. No good. Rebound, Witten-Soldner. Another good rebound, Witten-Soldner. Standing tall. She's using her height to her advantage, and that is her calling card. Mort falls to the hardwood. Somehow still with Marlington. Mort takes it and puts it up and in. Hustle gives the Dukes the lead. Mort now with 4 points, but that was set up by stout hustle and great resolve. 2 loose balls that really should have been jump balls, but Boardman, they just couldn't grasp it. Marlington took advantage, and now as that ball sails out of play, the Dukes take it back. Marlington putting on a show tonight. This might be the battle to 40 points. Last year, Marlington averaged a hair over that. Youngstown Boardman averaged 50 points per game. This has both teams in the 40 or 50 range written all over it. And a foul called. Gill will go to the line on the shooting motion foul. Torres penalized for it. That will be her second foul of the evening. Allie Gill back to the line. To put her in double figures, she makes it. Gill, the first Duke to reach 10 points or more tonight. Gill getting ready, goes again. Unable to repeat the act, but Mort gets the board. The offensive rebound gives Marlington another chance. Gill finds Mort. Mort against Prisby, puts it up. No good. Witten-Soldner flying in, unable to corral. Rivera plays it back. Freeborough snatches it, and here come the Boardman Spartans. And that is a clear travel. Torres tried passing forward, but the stutter step was her downfall. 25-23, Marlington on a 5-0 run to begin the second half. Torres, the junior, subs out. Mort will take it up the court. 5.5 remain in the third. Allie Gill. Pete's open on the far side near Marlington's bench. Pete fighting, puts it up. No good. Witten-Soldner fights. Jump ball as Rivera takes Witten-Soldner to the ground with her. Possession will go to Boardman. Witten-Soldner wanted a foul, but that was just pure determination from Michaela Rivera. A little bit of WWE on the court. But I love that sort of hustle. It shows the players care, and they're doing everything possible to win the game fairly. And that is what you want to see. The good shot put up, foul called, and Barrow will go back to the line for the Spartans. Hustle gave Marlington their lead. Boardman looking to make hustle their recipe to tie it back up. Barrow now has 11, leading the way. And that is her first free throw made of the game. She has made 5 from the field thus far and 1 free throw. Rolls around, no good. Marlington holds on to their 1-point advantage. Mort, Allie Gill. Gill spinning on Prisby, jumps, puts it out, and she is fouled. Second foul of the quarter going against Youngstown Boardman. And due to the shooting motion, that will send Gill back to the charity stripe. Gill with 10, now has 11. She and Sarah Barrow tied for the most points in tonight's ball game thus far. 26-24, Marlington in the lead. Gill, off back iron, no good. A rebound to Barrow. Freeborough takes it up the court for the maroon and white. 26-24, Marlington leads with 4:45 remaining in the third. Rivera pumps, plays it back out. Dubel. Rivera planting, cross court. Prisby to the corner. Freeborough puts it up. And in! And in! One opportunity for Boardman, but nonetheless, we're tied at 26. first basket of the game for Ava Freeborough, and maybe the most important thus far. An and one opportunity for the lead. Good. Boardman retakes the lead, 27-26. The back and forth brawl continues. Gill, top of the arc, bounce pass. Taken in by Young. Young around the world, no good. Box out, it goes to Boardman. Witten-Soldner called for the foul. And that will be the second offense committed of the game by Witten-Soldner. Substitution for the Dukes. Pete, the freshman, subbing in for Zoe Mort. And for Boardman, Torres checks back in as Mia Dubel, the freshman, subs out. 27-26, Boardman in the lead. Torres pumps, plays it inside, a heavy pass out. Rivera, good ball movement. Freeborough unable to connect. Rebound, Torres. Torres just inside the arc, bounces, no good, and it hits off of a Duke. Boardman has yet another opportunity to score. McCarty checking in for the Dukes, and that will see Addison Witten-Soldner sub out. If Boardman scores, I would not be surprised to see Marlington use one of their timeouts. Barrow inside, heavily guarded, but it does not matter. Barrow dominates and puts it in. Sarah Barrow, 13 points tonight, leads both sides. McCarty losing it, loose ball on the deck. McCarty fighting, no timeout called. Timeout signal, but not in time. Once again, another opportunity for Marlington to hold on to possession with a timeout, but just not there. Still, that is something that will come with time, getting used to when to use your timeout strategically for loose balls. Either way, possession arrow now favoring Boardman. Marlington, it's a double dribble. The stutter step gives possession to the Spartans. Her shoe just dragged on the hardwood. Nothing more she could have done. Just didn't pick up her feet enough. Boardman, a chance to lead by 2 possessions. Torres pumps, and an off-ball foul goes against Barrow. Marlington gets it back. Off-ball fouls are definitely killer no matter the contest. McCarty subs out as Marlington, down by 3, takes back possession. 3:15 remaining in the third. An instant classic brewing in Alliance, Ohio. Gill puts it up. No good. Rebound, Prisby. Prisby has been a do-it-all player for Boardman today, assisting, rebounding, and hustling. That's all you can ask of her. The shot put up by Torres, and a blocking foul called. Boardman back to the charity stripe. The Spartans happy that was the call and not a charge. Torres, the ball goes to her. If she splits or better, Boardman will lead by 2 possessions. Torres is first, it's in. Nothing but nylon. That is her third made free throw of the evening, giving her 5 points. 30-26, Boardman in the driver's seat to give them a 5-point lead. Bounces out, no good, a rebound, Gill. Mort pushing the floor, 2:50 remaining in the third. Gill gets it outside the arc, matched against Prisby. Gill inside, tips around, kept in play, a steal for the Spartans, but Peets takes it back. Here come the Dukes, outside, the triple for Young, off iron and glass, no good. Torres gets the board, and Boardman will push. Rivera plants, the triple, no good, bounces out, rebound Young, and Young takes it up the sidelines. 2:15 remaining in the third. Boardman up by 4. Gill, who has 10, takes it in. The end around, Peets looking for help, gets it. Bailey Young. Young loses it, Prisby falls on it, spins in, gets it. Marlington takes it back, and a jump ball called. Ball security is huge down the stretch. Both sides struggling to pounce on the loose ball. Boardman gets it. Marlington's defense more than ever needs a stop. Less than 2 to go in the third. Boardman up by 4. The mid-range synced. Freeborough, a perfect shot, puts Boardman well in the driver's seat, now up by 6. She has 5 overall tonight, all in the third. Allie Gill, top of the arc. The shot, off iron, no good on the attempt from Peets. Sampson unable to get the board. And here come the Spartans. Rivera, corner, Freeborough pumps, takes it in, puts it up, off the glass and in! Boardman pulling away, up by 8. Timeout, Marlington. Freeborough, all 7 points she has scored have come in the third quarter. She is the difference as Boardman leads by 8. A tremendous response. They led by 3 at half. 5 points more than Marlington in the third. The Dukes need a strong response. 1:18 remaining in the third. Then 8 more minutes. Overtime could be on the cards, but as of right now, it is all Boardman. Once again, our next broadcast of Alliance Area Sports will be next Monday as the Alliance Aviators welcome in the Ravenna Ravens. 7 p.m. tip at Alliance High School, and you can catch that action live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Marlington, adjustments being made. We really haven't seen them take the 3 ball at all. The only 3 today, Bailey Peets, and that was her first career home bucket as a Marlington Duke. As for Boardman, only 1 3 has been made, and that came from Rivera back in the second quarter. Still no 3s made in the third. If history repeats itself, we will see one in the final minute. Gill putting it up, unable to get it. Prisby the rebound, and a foul called on Marlington. The Dukes can't believe it, but the Spartan bench loves it. They wanted the foul called on Prisby's follow-through, but not given. Marlington a case to be upset, and that is the first foul against Sampson, sending Prisby to the line. Prisby has done it all today except score. She looks to change that here. Unable to connect. 1:04 remaining in the third. Boardman up by 8, a chance to make it 9. And they do. Prisby is on the board. Marlington trails by 9 with a minute to go in the third. Mort, Gill takes it inside the paint, pumps. Sampson, the and one! The big center responds. The Dukes needed life re-injected, and Gabriella Sampson provides. This is a huge free throw for the Dukes. It would bring them back within 6, and it's in. Welcome to the ball game, Gabriella Sampson. 35-29, Boardman up by 6, a minute to go. Into the corner, Prisby with 1. Top of the arc, taken in by Farborough. Farborough puts it up, unable to connect. Still off kilter, and finally we have a call. Freeborough unable to connect. Substitution for the Spartans as Terleski subs in. Marlington's next 5 games at Carrollton on November 27th, at home versus Minerva on December 4th, at Salem on December 7th, at home against Alliance on December 11th, and at Canton South on December 14th. As for Boardman, they are at JFK Catholic on December 2nd, at home versus Crestview on December 7th, at home versus Cheney on December 11th, at home versus West Branch on December 14th, and on the road at Aurora on December 16th. The big questions heading into tonight's game for Marlington. Did the losses against St. V's and Lake provide a spark? Maybe. They're looking like a great team, now down by 5 against another good outfit in Boardman, whose main question was, how big were the seniors last year? Freeborough, Marlington calling for a moving screen, down by 5, 20 seconds left in the third. Freeborough, Rivera, Torres, Boardman playing for the final shot of the frame. Rivera, bounce pass to the corner, Prisby looking for help, moves off the screen, bounce pass goes wide, Gill takes it, breaks through at the buzzer, plays it off the shot, no good! Too rich on the attempt from Bailey, and that is how we leave the third quarter. Boardman starting to pull away, Marlington pulls it back, 3 complete in Alliance. Boardman leads 35-30. Eight minutes left in regulation at Marlington High School. Boardman up 35-30 over the Lady Dukes. If you are just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening as Marlington has their home opener and looks to win on their home court for the first time since their playoff victory against Holy Name last season. Young takes it inside the paint, loses it. It's a steal for Rivera, won back by Mort. Young plays it back out, Prisby a piece, but it stays with Allie Gill. Gill leading the way for the Dukes with 11. Gill gets it away, Mort getting through some traffic, loses it. It's a ground ball taken in by Prisby. Prisby tackled and somehow gets it away to Freeborough. Here come the Spartans. Rivera pumps and is annihilated. Bailey Young jumping in, and that sends, I believe, Rivera to the deck. Boardman definitely not happy with that foul, and that will be the 4th of the game against Young. One more and she is done. So Boardman up by 5, looking for a little bit more of a cushion. Freeborough, the mid-range, off iron, rebound taken in by Barrow. Barrow unable to get it away, and the ball goes back to Marlington. Barrow fought for it inside the paint, but unable to snatch it. 7:15 remaining. Zoe Mort takes it up. Handoff Peets. Wittensolder. Allie Gill, top of the arc, finds Addie Wittensolder to the corner. Mort for 3, hit as she shoots. Doesn't matter as it's rebounded by Boardman. Good defense. The shot still completely the way she wanted. Rivera sinks it. The second 3 of the game for Michaela Rivera puts Boardman up by 8. Marlington's work is cut out for them now. Gill, top arc, trying to find any way in, and it's picked off by Boardman. The Spartans to lead by double digits. Freeborough banks it in. The Spartans on top by 10. Freeborough now has 9 points, all of which have come in the second half. 40-30, Boardman leads, and it's blocked by Prisby. The domination continues. A 5-0 run this quarter. Rivera, bang! 2 straight threes for Michaela Rivera. Maybe puts the dagger in Marlington. Timeout Dukes. Michaela Rivera dominating 6 points this quarter. Both threes falling in quick order. And that might be enough to separate Boardman from Marlington. Those were huge shots and huge chances taken by the sophomore, who leads the way with 14 points, followed by Sarah Barrow, who has 13. As for Marlington, they are led by Allie Gill, who has 11. 13-point lead for Boardman, 6:02 remaining. It's going to be a tough battle for Marlington. We will step aside and rejoin the action momentarily. .6:02 remaining in regulation. Boardman on an 8-0 run, ready to roll back to Youngstown with their first win of the season. If you are just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Mort will take it up the court for the Dukes, who need a quick and big response. Mort to the basket, unable to connect. Witten-Solder plays it back, rolls around. Boardman fighting for it. Prisby dives and wins the jump ball. Boardman will take back possession. The defense of the Spartans has been stellar in the second half, only allowing 10 points compared to the 20 they have scored. Played inside but picks off. Played for by Witten-Solder, unable to connect. Rivera up the middle. She has 14. Make it 16. Michaela Rivera has come alive in the second half. 8 points this quarter alone, and that is a kill shot for the Spartans. A 10-0 run. Mort plays it in, picked off by Barrow. Freeborough up the court. Prisby puts it off the glass and in. A 12-0 run for the Spartans. 17 points now separate Marlington from Boardman. A 12-0 run. Gill to end it. Rims out, no good. Barrow the board. Something changed about the Boardman Spartans for the better. They have been able to dominate this frame. Played back, Freeborough pumps, takes it in, puts it off the glass. No good. A rebound, Peets. Peets pushing the floor, looking for help, being double teamed, played back. It's an over and back unless it was tipped. And it's an over and back. Boardman once again gets the defensive stop. Roslyn McCarty subs in for Marlington as Gill checks out. 40-37, Boardman leads. And another change. Duel back in for Prisby. And Prisby greeted by cheers from the Boardman faithful. 4.5 remain in regulation. The three, this would definitely do it. No good. Rebound, Witten-Solder fighting for it, loses it. Taken in by Boardman, and the jump ball goes to the Dukes. Boardman still happy with their hustle as they have been fighting for every possible rebound this evening. Mort will take it up the court. Marlington, they need some quick shots, maybe threes at this point. Definitely would not hurt them. Mort spinning inside, bounce pass. Peets unable to connect. Witten-Solder goes for the rebound, gets it, plays it out. Peets pumps. Mort tipped when she gets it by Rivera. Still with Marlington. McCarty, top of the arc. Witten-Solder unable to connect. Rebound Barrow. Barrow fighting. McCarty unable to force the jump ball. Boardman settling things down. Dubel. Freeborough. Michaela Rivera Now it's just played outside the arc. Good ball movement and good spacing. Barrow, mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound, Wittensolder. Mort taking it up the court with 3.5 remaining. Zoe Mort takes it in, puts it up, and fouled. Mort will go to the line as Marlington looks to score for the first time this quarter. The shots have not been falling for Marlington. A 12-0 run this frame for Boardman. Mort's first. Good. Marlington on the board in the fourth. Mort now has 5 points. Basically everybody subbing out for Marlington. It looks like we will not see Mort sub out quite yet. It would be after this shot, but it does not look like anyone is up for the shooter. And that is the case. No good. Rebound taken in by Torres. And Boardman continues to slow down the game. Torres being double teamed inside Rivera. Off a leg. And a kickball violation keeps possession with the Spartans. A good idea from the Boardman Spartans. Rivera able to force the kickball. That will just keep them with possession and just keep the ball rolling and keep the clock along with it. Prisby played inside. Barrow, amid pressure, hooks it in. Barrow now has 15. 31 combined points between Michaela Rivera and Sarah Barrow. And it's going to be a blocking foul against Prisby. A heavy hit, but it does not matter if you're Marlington. You get possession, but they're lucky not to get the charge. Wittensolder, top arc, played inside. Mort puts it up, fouled, no good, but she will go back to the line. 1 for 2, her last time there. Zoe Mort, the one college commit on the team. She will be going to Ashland University next year to golf. Mort's first. Bounces around, no good. Boardman, a couple of seniors that definitely can commit. Eyes will definitely be on Sarah Barrow to see where she goes. Mort's second, swished. 49-32, Marlington trailing as Mort now has 6 points on the evening. The press is definitely on for Marlington, and a timeout is called by Boardman. The Dukes continuing to pressure, down by plenty, but still their fight continues. We will be back on next Monday as Alliance welcomes in the Ravenna Ravens for a girls basketball clash, 7 p.m. tip at Harry Fales Gymnasium. You can catch that game live here on the SmeeSports YouTube channel and later re-airing on Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance, as SmeeSports is the official streaming partner of Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. We will have some full broadcasts of girls and boys basketball this year on the official channel live, with as well 2 wrestling matches, and then the big dog, Top Gun, will be brought live by Channel 1022. It is going to be an exciting broadcast, seeing a lot of the top wrestling talents meet up to duel at Alliance High School. It'll be an all-day event in mid-January, and you can catch the action live either on Boxcast or on Channel 1022. 2:41 left to go in regulation. Boardman continuing their attempt to see out the game. Bounce pass in, Wittensolder diving on it, gets it back, bounces around, and a jump ball called, and that will keep possession with the Spartans. So 2:33 left to go. Once again, Boardman, their next game will be on December 2nd at JFK Catholic, and Marlington, their next game will be at Carrollton on November 27th. And the whistle will blow. Marlington will take back possession. They didn't motion for a travel, but I assume that is what they're going to call 2:20 left to go. A number of players could be given player of the game honors, but Michaela Rivera will be our player of the game. Freeborough, the mid-range, no good, tipped around, foul called, and it will go back to Marlington. 2:10 left to go. The Dukes dropping to 0-2, look to rebound at Carrollton. But Marlington, they produce talent like no other. At Mount Union right now, Chelsea Evanich and Elizabeth Mason, two of the best ever players to come through the program, are dominating for the Purple Raiders. Evanich, 8.5 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 1.3 steals per game, and a half block per game. Marlington, some late points, unable to get it there. As for Mason, 9 points, 4 boards, 1.8 assists. Combined, they count for 25% of Mount Union's points per game. Impressive from both of them, as they were the heartbeat of this Marlington team, especially going back to that playoff run a few years ago in the 22-23 season. Timeout called, 51-34. Boardman on their way to a victory. But definitely a lot to take away from this game. Marlington had the hot start. Everything went well early. Boardman just better down the stretch. We said the third quarter would be where this game was decided. In the end, it was really the fourth quarter. The third quarter set the stage for the game to be decided in the fourth, and Boardman, a 12-0 run to get things underway. That is all it took to decide the contest. As that 12-0 run, you take off those 12 points, it's 39-34. But instead, 51-34. Boardman up by 17. 90 seconds remain in regulation. Marlington looking for a few last shots potentially to go their way to add some points on the board late. Taken inside, that is Marissa Walter, the sophomore, her first actions of the game, and a jump ball called as Strines rips it away. Possession will remain with the Dukes. This is where we see both sides add their younger players on to the stat sheet. Hopefully, they'll at least get on the court and make an impact. Musa enters the game for the first time, relieving Freeborough. 1:17 left to go in regulation. Played outside the arc and taken away. A quick steal. Leah Cola puts it up and in. Leah Cola, coast to coast, the steal and the bucket. Based on that reaction, I would not be surprised if those were her first career points as a Boardman Spartan. Another steal. Musa this time stays in play off the ref. Musa, high pass played. Rudge fighting to keep it, plays it back. Dubel. 40 seconds left to go. Strines being pressured, plays it in, puts it up, and is fouled as she hits the deck. And she will be helped up by her teammates after taking a hard tumble to the court. Strines, it looks like, will go and grind the game out at the free throw line. 36 seconds remain. If she makes one, Boardman would lead by 20, and she does. So now she has 2 points on the evening. And there will be a substitution for Strines after this. And taken in by Marlington, 2 points. So at the next change, Strines will come out of the game if there is one more stop. Possession lost as Peets was driving out of play. Possession Marlington, and Strines will come out of the ball game as Lily Ison, the sophomore, subs in. High pass picked off by Ison. This will put the icing on the cake for Boardman. Instead, it's an offensive charge. Marlington, one last offensive possession. The Dukes down by 20. Look to get one final shot in it's free time. This game, it's going to go in favor of Boardman. This is where the younger players get better on a varsity court and potentially earn some extra minutes. Taken in by McCarty, and McCarty sinks it. Her first 2 points of the ball game come at the death, and that's what I mean. It's late, but definitely will help. The three, it's in! Mia Dubel, as time expires, sinks the three, clinching the 57-36 victory for Boardman, assuming the three will count, and it does. Mia Dubel, a heat check to close things out. But once again, your player of the game goes to Michaela Rivera, who posted 16 points, followed by Sarah Barrow, who had 15, accounting for 31 of Boardman's 57. Final score, Boardman 57, Marlington 36. We will be back on Monday as Ravenna rolls into Alliance to do battle with the Aviators. To stay up to date on all the games I am covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFest2024 on Twitter, and subscribe to the SmeeSports YouTube channel and enable push notifications to be notified when I upload or go live. The initial goal this year, get to 250 subscribers. We are there. The next goal, if possible, get to 300 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. So if you are new and not subscribed, I ask that you go down below and do so. It costs nothing, and it greatly helps out the channel. And finally, if you are a business owner looking to have your company promoted on our broadcast, contact me at one of those 3 avenues, and I would love to get a deal done that is good for the greater Cleveland area and the greater Stark County area. You even could have your brand promoted during the NEO Youth Elite Christmas Classic at Garfield Heights this December. A lot of good teams coming in, including a few teams from out of state. But with that, that does it from Marlington High School. Boardman victors 57-36 over the Marlington Dukes. I have been Nathan Smee. Thank you for spending your Monday evening with us. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and we will see you back on Friday at Cleveland Heights or on Monday at Alliance.